Hey guys, welcome to Dykevice. Filing in another homophobic, discriminatory commercial or whatever the hell that trailer was. I don't know if you guys watched what I watched. You know, me having to pick up the pieces from Gethard hanging up on women from this women silencing godforsaken network that I'm stuck on. I'm in no mood today. As you can tell, I got head and shoulders in my eye. Okay, not just any kind of head and shoulders, some type of eucalyptus mint head and shoulders directly in the eye. Shampoo in the eye I haven't had in a very long time. Maybe, I don't know, 20 years. Okay, it's not something I do, but I'm still feeling burning in the eye. Any eye experts, what that eucalyptus is going to do to my eye. When I was a kid, my mother would give me a bath, and unlike a normal mother where they would wash your hair and make you lean back, right, to wash it down, my mother would have me stick my head. She would be on her knees just over the tub, and she would lean in and she would have me stick my head in her bosom, which was an enormous bosom, okay? And then she would pour water, I guess, directly on it, and her, because I wasn't leaned back, I was leaned into her bosom like this. She'd say, "Close your eyes." And the water would come here and I would get all the shampoo directly in my eyes. Crazy Meshigas way of doing this. Nobody has ever washed their kids' hair like this. This is what my mother was doing. I don't know why. She never saw another person do it. She just, that's what she thought to do. She had 10 kids. We all went through it. Why do you think I wear glasses? I needed them from a young age. I'm sure the shampoo had something to do with it. We didn't have any of that no more tears or whatever the hell you guys had. Is that an Orthodox Jewish thing? Speaking as a Reform? No, I don't know what it is. It's a my mother only, how to make your life worse thing. So that's that. I'm going to promo. You guys know I'm just doing calls this week. We're keeping it rolling from last week. Here's what you guys do. First of all, get in the queue. Call the number 802-427-SCUM. Here's what you guys do. You don't call off the top of the show. Okay? You continue not to call. Okay? And then at the end of the show, suddenly in the second half of the show, I have too many calls. I can't get to them. I can't go to bed ever. So it's like call a little bit at the top of the show because I want to help you out. But then I don't need 10 calls at the end of the show, and I'm having to cram in this excellent advice. Okay? It's not like I'm here 10 to 11. You guys are starting to call only at 10:20, 10:30, so I'm here till 11:30. I'm on the East Coast, as you know. I've been quarantining a little bit. It's very late for me now. Don't have any problems this week. Okay, people, you have problems, okay? Especially if you think you don't have problems, you have the biggest problems. So your advice is to call in early. Yes, Chad, this is my advice. Call in early. Okay, I'm in no mood this week, okay? And if you can't call live, there's the hotline. You think Bryson will ever put it on the screen? 702-706-DYKE. Okay, you leave us a voicemail during the week, but if you're here and you're in the chat, okay, you're obviously able to call now and get in the queue. No reason to wait till you have problems at 8:30. We'll get into it. If you don't think you have a problem, call me. I'll tell you what it is. Believe me. Believe me, Chad. Why don't you give us a call? I'm going to let you know what your problem is. I have a feeling about it already. Oh, people are noticing my special is re-airing on CTV due to popular demand. You can see I am airing a bunch in Canada next week. CTV is running my special, I believe, next Thursday. A week from today, you can see my special, I'm Nervous. Okay? I think it aptly describes what we're all feeling right now. Okay? If you are American and you cannot see my special, DM me on Instagram and I will hook you up with a link. Okay, and that goes for people. When I say you're American, I mean international of any kind. If you can't watch the special on Canadian TV, because it's a very specific, you have to be Canadian to see it there, I will hook you up with where to see it. Greatest special of all time. Thank you, Sarah. I agree. I'm not just saying it's the greatest special because it's my special. I'm happy that my special happens to be the greatest special of all time. Am I surprised? No. Nobody is saying what should be said, and I'll do it. Okay, we have some calls. Now I'm getting notices that you guys are calling. You're showing up. Let's start this. Okay, let's take the first call.
All right.
Not you.
Hey,
I
Robby.
call.
I got to put my cell phone in order for you to be able to hear the calls. I'm going to go away.
Listen, what happened? What happened with us being able to see our callers? That never happened?
You and I have been meaning to have a conversation about that because that's on me. I got to set up time to have that conversation with you.
Guys, did we not have this conversation with Bryson? Literally every single week I'm asking to see you guys. Guys, in the comments. Okay, anyway, yeah, Bryson, what's that? We'll get to it soon. Bryson, I asked for a call at this point. Like, now we're not having the conversation. Right now is the time? No, with a caller on the line?
No, not at all. Would you like a caller? We can talk to, let's go to Claire from Michigan. Claire, you're on the line with Robby.
Oh my God. Hi, Robby.
Hi, how are you?
I'm okay. So my problem is that I'm moving in with some complete strangers soon. And I don't know how to live with people again after living alone for so long.
Why? Okay, why are you moving in with strangers? Is this out of a desperate need? Hello?
I'm moving back to school.
Okay, so you're going to school. And so you're in a student housing situation, a student apartment, another student, or what?
I'm moving out of an apartment to just like off-campus living, and I haven't lived with people in like 3 years, so I don't know how to live with roommates again.
But did you have to live with roommates, or because I find it unimaginable myself. So do you have to live with roommates? Is this a necessity situation in terms of like because of the
Yeah, it's terrible to have to live with other people.
It's horrendous unless you're sleeping with them. I don't think, I think it's best that you don't live with other people. I mean, I think young, it's okay, but after a certain, amount of it, I don't know. So you're terrified. You want advice? Okay. Well, have you seen your room? What's your room like?
I have no idea what the house looks like. I just signed up to live with them. It's just like friends of friends.
Okay. Friends of friends are not friends. Friends of friends could be way worse than friends. Okay. I've learned that. Now here's the thing. But it's a house. You'll have a room, a decent sized room, you think?
I hope it's decent size. It seems nice enough. Like the paint's not chipping. The bathroom does have a fireplace in it. I have a lot of questions about that.
Okay. Yeah. Believe me. Okay. So if the bathroom has a fireplace, your room is probably big. My question, how old are you now?
I'm 21, thankfully.
Oh, you're only 21. So you're still in a roommate age. You don't get out this quick. You're in a roommate age. You have to suffer through this.
Fair enough. I have to live with other people.
Yeah, it's horrendous. Here's the thing. Make your room an oasis. I found with roommates, I never hung out in the common space. Okay? In fact, when I was in the common space and somebody came home, I went, my stomach dropped and I went into my room. I don't hang out in the common space. I hang out in my room when I'm outside. Okay? So make your room amazing. Okay? Even if you can't have an expensive bed or something like that, you know where you can go lush is like bedding. You know what I mean? You can get yourself like cute pillows or things that make it really comfy. Okay? Get a great lap desk. Okay? I used to not, those things that you just like, I think a lap desk.
Okay.
You stay in your room. If they're bad, If they're good, great. You enjoy a libation with a roommate, so fine. But don't bet on it, okay? If the roommates are normal, great. Okay, but don't get stuck in long small talks with roommates. Here's one thing. I used to have a roommate would do a big small talk coming home from her day, me from my day. I make it very clear early on in the living situation that I won't be a long small talk person. I go, hey, I'm in my room if you need me. Okay? Because if you get into the habit of always doing small talk, she'll want to.
Okay, that's great.
Set the tone early if you're not a small talky person, okay? And then if they end up being cool, then it's in your power to see whether you want to be hanging with them more or not. But make your room as comfortable as possible. Okay, get pillows, get a lap desk, okay? And I would say a chair. I don't mean just a chair. I mean, if you have enough room to get a chair like this, like a comfortable couch type chair, that way you're in the money. If you could have like a little chair with even maybe a little like stool or something as a mini coffee table. I don't know if you're dating or whatever. That way, if you're dating, you come in, you don't have to be in the main space. You can go straight to your room. You can make the date a drink or whatever you guys do, and you have somewhere to sit that isn't the bed. But this is, again, if the room is enormous. I don't know. Even if it's not so enormous, you could fit 2 chairs or a little love seat somewhere. I would say that. Okay, so the first thing is as soon as you move in.
Thank you, Robby.
Don't go crazy with the small talk. Make it known that you cut to the chase. You go to your room, and then if they're better than expected, then you'll spend more time in the main spaces. Good luck to you. My heart goes out. It sounds awful. Thank you for calling.
All right, we've got Robby. Do you want to go to the next call?
I wanted to actually, yes. Let's take the next call, and then we're going to talk. My merch is expanding. Bunch of you got messages today. The merch went out the second round. The mail is extremely slow because they're trying to do something to fuck with the election. So the mail, regular mail, is for some reason they're saying twice as slow. I don't know why they're doing that, but it is. I know it's about, I know it's about the election. Okay, so we have a merch update for you. We're going to be issuing new merch later on in the show, but also, guys, if you're on here and you're not supporting the show, you're anti-Semitic. We know this, okay? You are complicit in racism. Okay, so anybody calling, anybody watching the show, hit planetscum.live, support the show. This is the best show on this garbage network that silences women. Okay, and this is the only show Gethard, that this is the only show worth supporting. Okay, support it hugely and don't ever hold dollars. Gethard adds them up himself, so leave pennies at the end of it. What's wrong with your toque? What's wrong with my toque? Oh, what's with my toque? I think it's coming. I think the orange toque is on its way. We have the address sorted out and everything. Bryson, hit me with the next call.
All right, we've got Scarlett coming in. Scarlett, you're on the phone with Robby.
All right, we've got Scarlett.
Scarlett, how are you?
Hello?
Hi.
Can you hear me?
Yes, how are you?
Scarlett. I cannot hear anything on my end. I'm not sure if you can hear me.
Guys, is my shit bad? Is my audio bad?
Hello?
Hi. Who's
okay? No, this is coming terribly.
Well, yeah, but hold on. We're going to figure it out. Okay, when somebody says your audio is fine, whose audio is fine? Is it Robby's is good or is it Scarlett's?
Robby's, yours should be good. You're coming in clear. It seems as though Scarlett can't hear us for some reason.
Scarlett.
All right, let's go to the next call. We've got Dot from Chicago.
Dot, how are you?
All right,
you can always count on Dot. I'll say that.
Hey, Robby, how are you?
Dot, how you doing?
Hey, Robby, how are you?
Oh, Dot, you got to turn down your...
I'm doing pretty good. Sorry, there is a thing where I am not hearing Robby through my phone. I am only hearing Robby through my stream.
Okay, we can work with that. How can I? What's up, Doc?
So recently, I have recently gotten a job, and it has become apparent that there is a lot of opportunity for upward mobility at the job.
Oh
And
my.
I was wondering, just how do I make myself an exemplary employee as a new hire to hopefully move up the chain at this small little shop that I very much like working at?
Do everything. No job is too small for you to do. I will say this. I started as a writer's assistant, how I got to be a writer from a writer's assistant, and I didn't have I didn't get an internship or anything like that. I was in finance before. The only reason I got a writer's assistant job even is I would do anything, okay? And I know those are tough jobs to get me. But I'm saying even when I was a writer's assistant, I did everything and beyond what my scope of job was. Nothing was too small for me. I could make coffee, I could photocopy, I would go above and beyond. I became essential to the working environment that I was in. That without me, you would feel off. That without me there, stuff just felt like it wasn't happening easy. Because all those little things I just did that you didn't notice. And when I'm not there, not because I ever missed work, because I never did, but if I'm not there, something would immediately feel horrible. And then when you come in, everybody's like, oh my God, it's because she wasn't there. She does all this stuff that we don't even notice. So I say, do everything, the littlest things. Do things that nobody does, do the lowliest low thing, and do the highest the high thing. Make it aware that you can handle whatever, small or big. If there's something, if it comes in, your boss comes in and is like, oh, I got to do this over there. I don't know if I'll do it in time. You go, I got you. I can do it. Trust me on this. Okay, so you can do a big favor, like something like that, and the little things. So when somebody comes in and they go, oh, I already did it. I took out the recycling. It's done. Okay, so you do everything. Okay, I was first one in, last one out. I also, like you, I really enjoyed where I was working, so I found it easy to be there all the time. And I just made it known visually that when you left for the day, you still saw me. And when you came in the day, you saw me. So I'm there before you, and I'm there after you. Now, I might not be doing as important work as you, but all those little tasks I'm doing in addition to my regular job. And so by the time they gave me my episode, it's like they were like so happy to give it to me. They're like, Robby, we're like so excited that you're finally going to be writing an episode for us. You know, versus me being like, hey, I've been here 6 months and I really think it's time. That, like, it was like they couldn't wait to give it to me. It happened at like 3 months or something because I just became did everything that they didn't even. And off time, I would say, hey, I made this Excel thing and I'm organizing all this stuff. So if you ever need this type of information, I have it. I would create things. I created so much work. And I just made myself integral to the place. You'll do anything. That's my advice to you, Dot. Wow, look at this. I'm getting great comments on this advice, and Bryson's nowhere to be found. Singer Star 01. This is great advice that I've literally never heard before, but makes so much sense. Yes, exactly. I think people overlook this type of thing, and this is how you get seen and noticed.
Robby?
Yes.
Permission to explain myself for a second?
No, mansplaining what?
No, I'm not mansplaining. I just want to let people know the phone system is giving us trouble. It was giving us a little bit of trouble last night. It's continuing to give us a little bit of trouble tonight. We're going to say pivot to Discord calls because that was working for us. Our phone number system is just...
Hold the floor a second.
Yeah, hold the floor. All right, I'm just going to tell the people, go to Discord right now. If you're not already a member of the Discord at planetscum.live, there's a big button. You hit join the Discord, get in there. You'll automatically get a DM to say, here's how you join the call queue. Oh, that was quick, Robby. I took you off screen because I'm just telling the people, join Discord, join the call queue right now. We'll take your calls.
You run this. He needs to focus on his own show. Patrick Cotner here in the comments. You run this. You don't run this, Bryson. I run this. Okay.
Understood.
Guys, hit support the show. planetscum.live. I guess we're not doing the number anymore. Go on.
Yeah.
Call on Discord. Nobody knows. We just got them calling in. They're in the queue. I yelled at them for about a half hour, and now you're telling not to call? Bryson.
That people couldn't hear us on the phone call system. So there's clear instructions on how to call in on Discord. They just need to get over there. We already got 3 people queued up, 4 people.
Let's go to the next person on Discord. I'm sick of this.
Okay. Let's go to... Oh. You want to go over merch and then I'll go over the next caller?
Okay, new merch. Bryson, we need you back for my new merch.
Yes, we do.
Bryson, show everybody the new Dykevice merch. Collect them all. We're doing special edition Vice merch. We have 2 photos to pick from. Okay, we got the red Bryson, bring it close. Okay, if you have yourself a Rob Hoffman McGill merch, you're going to want to collect this one too. What I don't want to see is you displaying them next to each other. I don't need that. I don't need to know that my face is that close to Bryson's. And you have the black. You have the red or the black. DM me on Instagram, Robby Hoffman, if you would like Bryson red or Bryson black. And we will get you the merch. Again, merch is taking 2-3 weeks. It's pay what you can. It supports the show. People have been posting their merch, loving their merch. A bunch of new people are about to get theirs this week. And it's brought a lot of inspiration during these trying times. Bryson, that's it. I'm sick of it. Just give us a close-up once. No, go one at a time. People are buying this, Bryson. They want to see what they're getting. Okay, so there we will reprint these in photo. We go to the lab and they will make these photos again. They don't need negatives anymore. They do it like this. It comes out glossier. And then there's this one, the Bryson red. Okay. I can't look at it anymore. Get rid of it and get me a call, please. I'm done with that.
All right. Let's
Robby Hoffman on Instagram for the new line of Dykevice merch, the Bryce Vice.
All right. We've got Aria on the line.
Who do we have?
Aria.
Aria, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. Thank you for calling. How's the Discord working?
You can hear me, right? Because I couldn't hear you for a second.
Don't worry about it.
Okay, so this is probably I'm gonna go with our roommate theme tonight. So theoretically, if I had a roommate who I lived with last year and I'm living with again and probably will live with again in the future, and I had feelings for this roommate, what would you do?
What would you do if you were at home crying all night on the bed? Because you're hungry, and the other way to feed him is to sleep with a man for a little bit of money. Remember that song? Not a very sad, my heart goes out to the people involved in that song. Okay, so you have a crush on this roommate. Has anything ever come to fruition?
No. I mean, she's definitely not straight, so it's not impossible.
Come to fruition?
But I've never I've kept it a very well hidden secret.
Right. And are you openly queer?
Sorry, say that one more time. Sometimes I'm hearing you and sometimes I'm not.
You know that you're queer?
Yes, I'm queer. Very queer.
Okay, great. And when you say she's not straight, you know this to be true, or you feel it? Sometimes we're like, everybody's gay, but really they're not. So I want to know.
No, I know it. She's definitely queer. I know that she's queer for a fact.
Oh, okay, great. And have you guys ever been flirtatious? So sometimes I find this. Women flirt, men flirt. We live in a more flirtatious society now. I find I'm always kind of flirting. Do you feel like you guys have had flirt vibes?
I don't think so. I think we both went into this wanting to be friends, and so I don't think that's ever even been on the table for either of us, or at least neither of us have ever shown it as an option.
Right. Okay. Well, okay. I think it's exciting. How old are you?
19. I'm going to be a sophomore.
Okay, great. I think live with her, let it. I think it's going to happen. If you're both kind of living together and whatever, and you're at that age, I think, yeah, don't, as soon as you move in, let it organically, see if there's a tension, see how it grows, see if it becomes unbearable, see if it's the kind of thing that you guys end up staying up till 4 a.m. and you're not wanting to go to bed and you're stalling. Just see if that stuff happens. And that stuff, by the way, is the best stuff. That sort of tension, that sort of will it, won't it, that whole thing of like, is this a vibe? Enjoy that. It's also the most annoying, but it's also the best feeling. It's the best vibe to live in. So I think let it happen organically, and if there is those tensions, you'll know when you know. And it's extremely stressful and extremely exciting at the same time. So I think let it happen organically, and you'll know if the tension is unbearable, and if it has to happen, it will.
All right, you ready for our next call?
Yes.
We have TH. TH, you're on the line with Robby.
TH.
All right. Hey, Robby. Nice to first-time caller, first-time listener.
Oh, wow. Thanks for calling.
Yeah. I'm a screenwriter, and I thought during the pandemic it would be a great time to sit and kind of crank out scripts when my film project's been on hold.
Right.
But recently, I've been doing this thing where I wake up in the morning and I check industry trades and entertainment sites like Vulture, the AV Club, IndieWire, and every time I'm reading entertainment news, I always get really depressed because it's all negative stuff about something I love, and it's a bad form of self-sabotage, and then I don't have the creativity to write anymore, which I'm not sure what to do.
Well, I think you stop. I mean, I don't read any of that stuff. I try not to think about. It's much easier said. I get caught in it too, looking here and there and everywhere. I try and have blinders on, not look side to side, and just look forward at what I'm doing. Okay, and I know that it's easier said than done, but especially entertainment papers and seeing what everybody else got in this person's show and that show is, or this is, or especially if it's depressing and this guy was Me Too'd and that person is Me Too'd. It's not, there's no reason for you to follow that for your work. You don't need to know any of that stuff. I don't see what is helpful about reading the happenings in entertainment when you're trying to write your own things, especially in this time. Okay. I think the only news, you'll need to know about it when you're in it. And that's really it. You don't have to follow anything. I mean, if you're reading about it in there, you're not involved in it there, and you'll know what you need to know. But I think especially if it's actually stopping you from writing or being creative, then don't do it. I find it personally, also the stress of you feeling like you have to create all this stuff in quarantine. I mean, I'm sure I'm not the first person to say this, but it's also like you don't have to be, you know what I mean? It's okay for us to feel less productive right now. It's a super weird time. It's super strange to feel inspired. It's not a very inspiring time. Maybe after this we'll have a lot to write about, but in it, it's very difficult. I think it's like Holocaust jokes are only funny when you're not in it. This is just a joke I say. It's like, yes, the Holocaust, during the Holocaust, it was not funny to laugh about the Holocaust. It's still not funny for many people. But I have found humor looking back this many years. I can see stuff in it. But when we're in the storm, it's very hard for that to be inspiring. When you're in a breakup, you're not necessarily writing about it right then and there. You might take a year, reflect on it, and realize, oh, you have some really good stuff here through pain. And I think that's what people talk about, that some of the worst times of your life can ignite some of the more creative bouts you have, just because you're being vulnerable and whatever else leads to creativity. But I don't think that you have to create a tremendous amount right now. Take it wherever, and definitely right now, lay off of those websites. They seem, for a fact they're not helping you. So cut that out, and at the same time, lay off stress that you're not being creative or not creating enough too. Maybe this is a time to do a lot of nothing too. And we just have to sit with that and be comfortable if we can.
Maybe. I just got to put my ambition aside.
Yeah, you're going to let it come when it comes. Don't be so hard on yourself, and definitely try reading that stuff out. Delete the app, delete whatever off your phone, and just try not to look at it because it makes you feel bad, and at least try and make yourself feel good.
All right. Thank you so much. Again, thank you so much. That was wonderful.
Oh, well, good luck. See, I'm not as scary as they seem. People are, I don't want to call Robby. She's scary. She's mean. She's right. She's nice. She's helpful. There's nothing else. Robby is legit better than my therapist. Thank you. And it's true. I told my therapist, I said, hey, what do you think I should do? And she said, I can't tell you. I said, I think you might benefit from telling people what to do once in a while. There could be big money in that. She didn't seem to, she doesn't have, she wasn't on board with me. But anyway, whenever I ask her what to do, she tells me she can't tell me what, she can tell me what to do. She chooses not to. In any event, okay.
Ready for the next call?
Ready.
Let's go to Molly.
Robby, hello.
Molly, hello.
So good to hear your voice. Can you believe I talked to Bryson earlier tonight, and he said that the video is going to be working. And then lo and behold, on the show, it's not working.
And he's never had this conversation. He's like, oh, that's a conversation. Like, I've had the conversation with him. We've had it how many times, Molly? You've been here.
It's sick. I was literally the first caller, and he couldn't get it together after that.
And he's doing it for other shows. On George Lucas,
yeah, all the time.
Star Wars fetish shows that they have callers they can see Gethard's weird show, okay, and even Justin's new show. So if this isn't sexism, I don't know what is.
It's a total boys club, and frankly, I don't like it.
I'm sick of it. Honestly, I'm sick of it. Oh, Molly.
Well, anyway, it's we can't let the men in our lives, quote unquote, keep us down. You know what I mean? We got to keep trucking on.
Look at Patrick. We've never had a caller. Like, they lie to your face too, because we've seen they have screens, 4 or 5 people up there. Okay, and you can see everybody. I can't get a single caller here. I transitioned, but at risk of being part of this horrendous boys club, I'm going to hold off.
Exactly.
Oh
We, got to stay strong, stay united.
Yeah.
So,
okay, Molly, how can I help you? What's happening besides obviously this? I'm so sorry you have a network. Thank God you bear with us, because my show makes it worth it. And hopefully I'm going to, hopefully they can learn, like they can use my show as an example, and the other shows can learn from it. But until then, it is what it is. How can I help you?
Well, you were talking about the creative process earlier and kind of getting back on track, and how kind of the low places can fuel the more creative side of things. But I've been going through a real low patch recently, oppressed by the patriarchy, etc. And I'm wondering if you have any self-care or any words of how to get back to the powerful place.
Yes. So, I mean, I feel what everybody is feeling. In the best of times, I happen to be a very anxious person. So you can imagine during this time how I'm feeling. It's awful. That I got into tea. Were you watching? I got into tea. So I do tea every afternoon. Have you have you had tea of any kind?
No, I'm a real tea novice. Sometimes I have chamomile tea, or in the morning, sometimes I'll have Irish breakfast tea. But what are you sipping on?
Yeah, so I never had tea. Okay, but I always wanted to get tea, because I know, tea people, they're always dipping their tea. You know, the
Yeah,
tea
they don't seem so calm.
you know, like you come into a room, it's like, oh, you know, they're doing tea and it looks relaxing just as a thing, you know, it's like steaming like that. But I like my coffee in the morning. So I have a coffee in the morning and now I have a tea in the afternoon. I do a green tea because it has caffeine, but it's very relaxing.
Yeah.
And the Japanese claim it does like many good things for you. And I believe that, you know, it seems like they know what they're doing when it comes to tea. So I really don't question, you know.
Yeah.
So that's why I do the green tea. I know there's other teas. People do the matcha. I don't know the matcha. That's a whole other level. I just start with a package of tea. I get it from Trader
Yeah.
Joe's, you know, tea. And then I take a package per day. I put the hot water, I heat up water on the stove, put the tea package, I leave it there for 3 minutes, and I really dip the bag, get it a good color. I like a lot of tea in the water. I put a little bit of honey, sweeten it, butter, sugar, honey. And then I enjoy the tea over the next hour, and I find the sipping nature of it calms me. It soothes me. The idea of it relaxing, and as soon as you're having a tea, you're feeling like, oh, you're a little more relaxing. You know?
Yeah, that's wonderful. I'm going to try that.
Yeah, exactly. And you can do that. And I do, but I fell off of it. So don't hold me. And I'm not perfect with it. Some days I've missed tea, but almost every day I've had an afternoon tea. And it has totally replaced my afternoon coffee. It took a couple weeks, like you still feel withdrawal from the coffee, but now I don't feel it at all. And the caffeine from the tea is more than enough for the entire afternoon. Okay, and it helps my stomach. The other thing I do is I do TM meditation. I learned how to do TM. I took a class, but it's like the easiest form of meditation. There are apps and stuff. The apps don't work for me. I find them stressful. I can't be told when to breathe or how to breathe or anything like that. It stresses me out. So TM, look into it. It's called Transcendental Meditation. But that one, they don't really tell you. There's
Rob, did you know that I was raised in the commune, the Transcendental Meditation commune?
Oh, you were? So then maybe it's not you, because also if you get too crazy with it, there's also that issue.
Yeah, big time, big time. The practice itself, very good. Maybe not the other stuff.
Yeah, I'm like some people, like they never talk about it. Like I do TM. Listen, I'm not religious about it. I forget to do it a lot. When I do it, I enjoy it. The tea is more consistent for me. I do that every day now.
Yeah.
But yeah, the TM, some people go haywire with it. Everything in life is balanced. This is what I tell people. I'm not cutting out coffee. I have a coffee in the morning. I have a tea in the afternoon. I'm including balance. I'm not cutting off anything, and I'm not giving everything to everything. I'm not meditating 24 hours 7 either. So that's it. Try the tea. And that's a little bit. Also, it'll shake up your process a little bit, because maybe if you didn't do tea, like I didn't do tea, now I do tea. So I have an afternoon tea. It's something I do. It gives me a little bit of a schedule. When I don't have a schedule, it's the afternoon I have to make tea. It sounds small, but it helps mentally.
That's beautiful. Thank you so much. And Bryson, get the video working.
Like, it's enough is enough. I'm asking for 11 weeks now with this video. Oh my God. Okay. Thank you for calling, Molly. We'll speak to you soon. Oh my God. Okay, guys. So I guess there's no way. You're only calling in on Discord now. Don't call the number. Bryson's telling me hysterically, don't call the number. By the way, while you're on Discord, planetscum.live, hit support the show. Support our show. I see you guys are watching. You guys are commenting. Support the show. I mean, it's basically just me trying to wrangle this network into something. Okay, this is the best night of the week on this channel, and we know that to be true. Okay, Patrick Cotner is all... Patrick, you're all up in the chat. Support the show. He's all chat, no show. PlanetScum.live. You guys know that we added some merch. So those of you I see are just joining in. I can see that now. We have some merch. Bryson, why don't you show them the Bryce Spice merch? You can order if you DM me, Robby Hoffman, on Instagram. You can get Bryson Black or Bryson Red. Okay, and we will get them to you. Bryson, what's happening with the Discord?
I got calls ready for you. You want to go to one?
Okay, let's go to it. I don't know how the Discord works. I
All
can't
right.
see calls.
We've got Maia, if I have that right.
Maia.
Maia?
Yeah.
Maia, how do you spell your name?
Maia.
Oh, okay. Could you believe Bryson had such trouble with it? I'm worried about him.
Yeah, it's like a pretty common name, I feel like, but a lot of people have it with a Y. So
yeah, but it's pretty common. Anyway,
yeah.
Thanks for calling.
Anyway,
how can I help
yeah.
you?
Okay, so I've been dating my girlfriend for 3.5 months. We've met during quarantine and everything. So we spent our first month of dating doing it on Zoom, and then after a month we felt comfortable seeing each other. So yeah, so we've seen each other, and she lives an hour away, so we see each other like once a week on the weekend. Anyway, she goes into the office a few times a week, and people at her office keep getting coronavirus. So her and I keep having to wait 2 weeks to see each other. And this has happened multiple times. It's happening again now. It's already been a month of us not seeing each other. So we've been just dating on Zoom basically lately. But I think I want to tell her I love her, but I feel like I want to do it in person, but it's like I don't know when I'm going to see her again, so I don't know if it's okay to do it via Zoom or if I should just wait until I see her. What do you think?
I think the thing with I love you is it has to wait till like you could no longer wait to say it, like it just comes out of you. Like it has to be so awkward that you're not saying it type thing, that like because you're feeling it so strongly that you say it. But I'm kind of with you waiting on in person, because, you know, just as an assurance, just see how your vibes are with her. You want to make sure that
Okay.
with her 100%, you're feeling that love and it just comes out of you type thing. And Zoom might feel a little anticlimactic for you. After, you might feel like maybe you were too vulnerable because you won't have her reaction in person type thing. So I don't want you to have like buyer's remorse that you said it and then you didn't get this thing. Do you know what I mean?
Totally. Yeah, that's what I'm worried about too. I mean, I've been feeling it for a while, so it is kind of like become like I feel like I'm withholding something, but at the same time, I feel like I should wait until I see her.
Who's the top?
I am.
Yeah, so you got to say it. And who do you think likes who more?
I think it's pretty equal.
Yeah. I think if it can no longer wait, again, if it just comes out of you, like it can no longer wait, like you said it, then okay. I think if you're, if you're just having regular conversations and like if you feel like you're forcing to say it, like, oh, I want to say it, so I'm waiting for the conversation to go here, then that might make it uncomfortable. But I think if it comes out on Zoom because it naturally went there, great. But if it doesn't naturally really go there, I would hold off. And maybe not say it the second you see her either. Let it sink in, enjoy the space, get comfortable with each other again, especially when you're in relationships like this. It takes a second every time you see the person again to get comfortable. You might be shy the first few hours that you see this person, every few weeks. It's like a reacquaintance. You have to get to know them every time you're separated. So I think it can be great both ways. I just say whatever way it is, don't force it. If it really comes out of you over Zoom, great. Okay, but if you're like forcing it because you really like, you know what I mean? Just see how it naturally happens.
Yeah.
If you're going to see her sooner than later, great. If it's like getting unbearable that you haven't told her and it's clear that you have to tell her that, then do it. I guess this advice isn't in that I'm not giving you like an exact thing to do. I would say if it comes out naturally over Zoom, great. If not, in person, and also if it comes out naturally. And the thing with I love you is it will burst out when it needs to. You're going to wait as long as you can going to just come out when it happens, and that's kind of going to be the thing.
Okay. I feel like I've already like felt it for a while and haven't said it because I've been nervous. So it's already been like past the time where I feel like I wanted to say it.
Yeah, and that's fine. And you'll go through an ebb and flow of that. You might then, it might come up again, and then you might miss that boat again and have to wait for the next time it comes up again in terms of you. You got to just jump on the boat when it's there. But when the boat leaves, don't like, oh, now, because I wanted to say, you know what I mean? It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. Love is a feeling, and she feels it, and you feel it.
Yeah. Okay, great.
Yeah. So I think that when it's absolutely bursting out of you, you'll say it, and that might be on Zoom, it might be in person, but don't worry about that. You missed the boat. You're past the point of when you wanted to say it. That point will come again.
Okay. Sounds good.
Okay. Good
Thank
luck. Thank you for calling, Maia.
Okay, you want another call?
Yeah, look how good this advice has been. Did you see these comments, Bryson?
I did. I put a bunch up that were complimentary.
Loving the advice. Okay. I am killing this advice. Okay, a few more calls.
Okay. Let's go to KT. Oh, Kateef. Kateef, you're on the show with Robby.
Good luck. Thank you for calling, Maia.
Oh, Kateef, you got to turn off your Twitch.
KT, are you here?
I'm here.
KT,
hello.
Where are you? How can I help you?
Oh my gosh. Okay, I've never watched the show before, and I'm loving all this advice so far. I'm gonna ask you a question that you may. What?
I'm happy to help. It's only $5 a call. Cheapest therapy in town.
It's perfect. Cheaper than all the virtual therapy. I'm going to ask you a question that you might not be able to answer. I don't know. A lot of people probably have this problem, but I'm going to go ahead and ask it because you've been giving such good advice.
Go ahead.
I am a theater artist, so there's no work there at the moment. And then my day job was babysitting, which also is an in-person job that isn't, there isn't a lot of it right now. So my question is, what remote job can I get that I can do online in my house without having to go get a master's in something else?
I mean, are you open to sugar, baby, daddy, weird stuff like that? Not weird, but open, more vulnerable stuff?
Maybe not.
Okay, great. I just want to
what you mean by that.
Yeah, I feel uncomfortable myself doing it, but kudos and respect to everybody who does do it. I will say, so there's stuff like that online. I mean, it's interesting. I think if you work with kids, you could maybe do online tutoring. Do you ever, when you're nannying, have to help with homework or no?
Yes. Yeah, I have done that.
Yeah. So I think what I would pivot from, just based on the skills you gave me, is I think my brother's got 3 kids now, and he's stuck with Zoom school, and they hate being home with the kids 24/7. First of all, some of those nanny people might want you back. And if they've been quarantined and you're quarantined, you might be good to get some of that money back or some of those jobs back, even on a part-time basis. But the other thing is reach out to those families and say, hey, by the way, I know it can get hectic, that there's all this stuff. I know that, your kids are home 24/7, but I can help. School is starting up again in a few weeks. I think the kids will be back at school mid-August. Say, I'm happy to help. At least, you're on Zoom with them all day or whatever it is. I'm happy to help them with the homework in the evenings. And I would get a couple hours a day doing that, doing Zoom homework. And that way the parents don't have to do it. You're on Zoom with the kid. You'll get the material sent to you from the school or whatever. Okay. And you'll do it with the kids. Also, yes, Brooks is right. Everyone needs a nanny right now. I agree. I've seen some nannies going back to work right now because apparently, especially parents are getting sick about being home with their kids this much. There's no camp, there's no school. So if you're comfortable going in person, if a family's been quarantined for over 2 weeks and nobody has symptoms and they're fine and you're fine, you might want to try that out and open your circle to 1 or 2 families in which you know that they're isolated themselves. They've only been staying within the network. You're staying within your network. Everybody is good. So maybe you do one family of nanning and you start pivoting to some online tutoring, and not even tutoring like you'll teach math, like you'll literally do the homework with them, whatever the homework is. I think that could be great for you. What do you think?
Oh, we lost Katif.
Okay. Katif, that was great advice.
Robby, I actually was able to figure out video calls.
Okay, well, great.
I've got some video calls for you. Let me just...
12 months. What is this? What is this? Is that your Rosie doll?
Robby.
What is this? Well, whose toys are these, Pat?
Robby.
Patrick? If Patrick is calling in, I know he has access to it. And Bryson, I know that's your Rosie doll. You showed it to me in the tech.
Robby.
Are you testing out the calls or what's happening? Okay. Either way, I'm happy to give advice, whoever the hell this is. I know one of them is Cadner because he's talenting and he's able to have access to the show because he works at Planet Scum.
Robby, we also have other Discord phone callers if you want to take one with Baby Yoda, Jar Jar, and Rosie.
No, first of all, Bryson, Bryson?
Huh?
That doll. And whose room is Yoda in? Whose room is Yoda in? Is that a blow-up doll? What is this, Baby Yoda?
Darth Maul. Darth Maul.
Okay, I'm not doing this. Okay, let's take the call. This is what boys think is funny.
I love you, Robby.
And the silent
I love you, Robby.
Okay, look at them. They're hijacking because they can, because they work Planet Scum from behind. I don't even know what the top right one is. Jar Jar? What's Jar Jar? It looks like the pink flamingo. Yeah, it looks like the Pink Panther. Is it the Pink Panther with something wrong with it?
We have B on the line. B, you're on the show with Robby, Baby Yoda, Jar Jar, and Rosie.
Hi. Oh my goodness.
Hi, B.
I'm so honored.
Hi, B.
You see how he can do? You see how Bryson can do video calls when it's nothing, when it's toys? When it's I want actually people calling that I give great advice to, he's unable to do anything.
I think I don't know. I feel like it kind of came out of nowhere. All the video calls.
Talk to us, B.
Somebody's saying this is regardless of gender, this is funny. I think regardless of gender, this is not funny. I think it's silly. I think it's juvenile. Regardless of gender, it's for kids.
I agree. I agree on your assessment.
Do you know about any of this? What is the Yoda thing and what is Jar?
I don't. I haven't been watching a lot of Planet Scum stuff lately, and I have a feeling it's an inside joke I'm not in on.
What's going on in your life? Talk to us.
I didn't watch it either, B. You think I watched this? They're lucky I'm on this channel. This anti-Semitic, homophobic, sexist prank of an ambush. By the way, at the end of my show, I'm going to take one more call and I'm going to sleep. You think I care?
Robby, ask me what's going on. You're wasting his time.
You guys aren't supporting Dykevice on planetscum.live, especially after this hijack, ambush, weird toy bukkake scene that I have been the victim of? Rosie doll
Robby,
trolling me?
Robby, it was Gethard's idea.
Gethard told us to do this, Robby.
Gethard thinks, by the way, Gethard has an HBO special, and this is where his creative mind, he thinks this is something worth.
Isn't it sad?
This is a good, it's very sad.
It's very sad.
And you know what's sadder? That people are reading his stuff, his books, and they're learning from him. And this is what they think comedy is. Comedy, and you get this.
Robby?
Okay, I don't know what the jar thing is. The jar I have to have on.
Robby, listen to me.
Look at this TV special, better than HBO special. I agree.
Robby, listen to me.
What?
B called for a reason. Let's hear what advice he needs.
Okay, B, what do you want? This is ridiculous. Bryson, if you think you're not getting video calls after this for every single person who calls, you better think again. B, how can I help?
B left us. Let's go.
No!
Last call of the night. Annika.
Oh, thank God. Annika. Bryson, you've ruined the last two calls. I have been giving excellent advice all night.
Robby, I have a question for you, Robby.
Hello?
Oh, okay.
Hi. Annika, do you know what this jar one is? Jar Jar and Baby Yoda?
Yeah, it's George Lucas talk show has taken over everything.
Thank you, Annika.
I hate to say that I think this might be a little bit my fault.
Thank
and I'm
you,
sorry,
Annika.
and I didn't mean to.
What? Okay, first of all, why did Yoda have a baby? What is Yoda? He's in Star Wars, no?
Nobody knows.
Yeah, Yoda's from Star Wars, and then Baby Yoda, I believe, is the Mandalorian, but honestly couldn't really tell you.
If Jar Jar donates 1,500, Robby has to watch Irishman. I heard it was so long. How many hours of my life for Irishman?
Robby, will you watch
Irishman's like 3 hours.
No, it's 3.5, Annika. It's 3.5.
Is it as good as Titanic? I enjoyed that.
No.
It's not
It's
as good.
better. It's better, Robby.
I mean, it's like a great plane watch.
Joe Pesci deserved an Oscar, Robby.
Wait, he was in Home Alone. I like Joe Pesci from Home
He's
Alone.
also Irish. Different character.
I still like him from Home Alone. Jar
Same character.
He's a wet bandit in the Irishman.
What is Rosie happening with George Lucas? Is she dating? What's happening?
Who?
Why is Rosie, Annika? What's Annika? What's Rosie? Why is Rosie in suddenly in Star Wars? Is she? What's happening there?
That's just Bryson's thing. I don't know what that is. That's just Bryson.
Oh my God, what are we gonna do with him? Okay, so then what happened? What am I supposed to do now with this? Like what? So what, Jar? Are you gonna give somebody? If somebody donates $1,500, believe me, I'll watch any movie. This feels like the worst Twilight version of a bukkake toy scene that I have to be the victim of. It makes me sick. Oh, what's happening here? Bryson, this is Dykevice, not Brycevice. Put me back on the screen. Ridiculous.
Robby, ask Annika why she called.
Yeah, I am asking Jar. Annika, why'd you call? I'm literally gonna punch Jar through the computer.
It's okay,
like,
everyone hates Jar Jar. No
what
one likes
is
Jar Jar.
Is it like a drunk, like the Pink Panther? Doesn't it look like the Pink Panther? You know, but that what Jar Jar is? What is it? Annika, you've seen Star Wars?
Yeah, I've seen Star Wars.
So is it that? Is Jar Jar?
No, Jar Jar's how do I explain Jar Jar? Jar Jar is a is a character who speaks in a funny voice, and everyone collectively left the movies and said, "Yeah, we hate that."
Robbie, I'm a Gungan.
I don't know
He's
what
a
that-
Gungan.
And
Thank
what's
you,
behind the
Annika.
baby Yoda, Annika? What's that weird devil man?
Oh, that's fuck. I don't know. I haven't watched Star Wars in a long time.
How can I help you? Ignore this. They think this is something funny. I don't follow Planet Scum during the week because I have a girl to fuck and all kinds of better things to do. But I guess they think this is
That is
funny.
a better thing to do.
Ignore it. How can I help you this week?
So I have a kind of serious question, which I don't know if it takes away from the bit or adds to it. I think it actually might add to it, so I'm going to ask it. So I, for the last 3 years, have not been able to attend school because of medical issues, and I was working in the meantime and whatever. But I now, as a 22-year-old, am returning to school. I'm officially reinstated, and so as a 22-year-old, I will be a sophomore in college. And so my question is, how do I do that?
Sophomore is again. Remind me what year that is.
Two.
The second year.
That's the second year. Okay, and remind you how to do that again. What do you mean? You're going to be with much younger kids, you mean, or a little bit younger, I guess?
Like 3 years younger, but more so than that, like I've been working the last few years. And so like I feel like mentally I'm ready to be in a different stage in my life than what I'm now regressing to.
Well, you're not regressing because 22, what? So you took a couple of years off to work and you would have been, what, 19 in this, right? You would have been 19?
Yeah.
It's fine. It's all the same. 22 and 19 is the exact same. Okay? And by 30, you're
feel
already
the same.
evened up. Okay? It's going to feel bigger the younger you are. Like 13 and 10 is a big difference. 7 and 10 is a big difference. 19 and 22 still feels like a difference. It's nothing. You are the same age as them. Nothing matters. A lot of those people will fall off too, and you might not be the only 22-year-old back. There might be a 30-year-old there too. Okay, so
Robbie,
it's going to be the same. It evens out. I don't know who's talking, the baby or Jar, but I'm giving excellent advice right now.
It's Jar.
Reclaiming my time. I am reclaiming my time. Right now, I have the floor. The host of Dykevice, Robby Hoffman, has the floor. Annika, you will be great in this school. You will catch up and more. And then you'll notice if you go to grad school assistant, you're going back to your undergrad.
Yeah, I'm going back to undergrad.
If you ever did grad school or any postgraduate anything, you'll notice that everybody is every age. Everybody goes back to school at every age. Okay? And 22 is the exact same thing as 19. It just feels like highlighted to you right now, but it really is nothing. And you'll know this when you're like, in a few years, you'll be like, oh, yeah, that was nothing. So where it's an issue for you right now, actually just remove it from your brain because it's a non-issue.
Yeah. Also, the other thing is all my friends graduated this year, and so I don't know anyone on campus, which is the other thing. And yeah, but I'm sure I'll make friends.
You'll make friends. Screw those friends. They all graduated. You might meet someone who's exactly like you. Took a few years off to work, and now you're both in it, and you're both feeling kind of weird, and you're best friends. That can happen.
Annika, your life experience will be an advantage, and you'll make new friends.
Yeah, everything is going to work out. I like what Yoda said. It's true. I don't like that he's talking or whatever it is, but I do agree.
Robbie?
You'll make new friends. You'll make new experience. I don't know if, Annika, you date boys or girls or whatever? Both. You'll meet somebody maybe older in a graduate program who's your age, who went back, who could be even 25. You know what I mean? It's just like, it doesn't even matter. In college, that's where those things phase out. Okay, you might feel a little awkward just right now because you're younger, and so it feels like those ages make. But they won't feel after your second week in school. You're not going to feel it at all. You can realize, oh yeah, there's a couple. There's other 24-year-olds. There's whatever. A bunch of people go back. Okay, and a bunch of people who finish on time get slowed up later for other reasons. They career switch or they do whatever.
Annika, I'm 50. Annika, I'm 50 years old and I'm still a baby. Age is just a number.
Robbie, that's exactly what I was trying to tell you before you cut me off.
But you're also a Yoda, so that's different. Also, I don't understand. Anyway, I'm not going to get into it. I don't understand Yoda aging, but whatever. It's fine. It doesn't matter.
What?
Robbie,
is
something
going
about
on.
this. Something about this seems fishy, Robbie.
Yeah, you better believe something about this seems fishy, and we're going to get to the bottom of it. Okay, this is Bryson's little fun trick. He's trying to take over Planet Scum. Okay, without Dykevice, there's no Planet Scum. You guys will all be sitting there doing your own thing with your little baby Yoda dick in your hands, okay? Like I give a shit. Okay, take your Star Wars pranks elsewhere. I didn't see the movie. I'm not seeing the movie. And I'll maybe see Irishman because somebody said Joe Pesci was in it and I enjoyed. And I kind of have a Joe Pesci hat on right now, right, from Home Alone. I'll maybe see that one, but only if somebody donates $1,500 to the show. Otherwise, I'm not going to sit through 3 hours of The Irishman when I could sit through 3 hours of Titanic again, a movie I very much enjoy. Okay, Bryson, I think this has been the show. I'm out. I'm finished. I'm sick of this. I don't know what happened. Thank God they're gone now. The calls, I don't know where to get them on my own. I'm leaving, and I will see you guys next week. I'm going to think about what next week's show is going to be. Order my Dykevice merch, which Bryson's not getting anything of now. Okay, you can get Bryson Black, Bryson Red. DM me on Instagram at Robby Hoffman. Catch my CTV comedy special in Canada this next Thursday, a week from today. DM me if you're American or you don't have access to my comedy special. I will send you the link. Support the show. This show only, especially after that Meshigas, homophobic Meshigas, sexist Meshigas, planetscum.live, and I will think about what our show next week is at. If you can't make it live again, leave me a voicemail on our hotline, 702-706-DYKE. Okay, good night, guys. Bye.